Welcome back, everyone, to the Digital Product Mama podcast. I am your host, Lindsay Bowden, and today I have with me Annie Kulik, who is actually a member of one of my programs, Hey Online Course, and she has just the coolest niche that I have never heard of, but she is helping so many people, and I can't wait to chat with her all about her program. And she is going to be doing some on-air coaching with me today. So welcome, Annie. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us about your business, your niche, and how you can help people.
So my business is called Montebloom. It is called Montebloom because it's bringing in Montessori principles within dementia care. I am not the scientist that thought of this. Dr. Cameron Camp created this approach. I worked with this approach in grad school and with Jennifer Brush, who is also a very big guru, and learning this approach and implementing it in nursing homes. Working as a director in an intergenerational care center, I worked with kids and persons with dementia together. This is an adult day, so those participants go back home with their caregivers. So my idea is to bring an online course and resources and consulting to the caregiver's home, right in the comfort of their office and where they have their computers and their printers. I just realized that caregivers do not have the time to go to seminars and webinars in person. So I created this program and this company just to bring resources and education right at the doorstep and actually be able to implement what you learn instead of just learning it and then trying to comprehend and implement it on your own. It's very hard. So I created a 5-step process that I walk you through with specific ADLs so we can just keep your loved one at home and age in place.
Wow, that is so great. And this may be like really dumb of me, but I did not realize kids can have dementia.
No. So it's persons with dementia and preschoolers. So the preschoolers are normal. It's a normal preschool. So it was a 0 or 6 weeks to 5 years old is a normal preschool. And we attached an adult day to the preschool. So we ate lunch together and snacks together. And depending on using this approach, and using this method, they would go into the classrooms, the kids would go into the adult day. So it's really just the two generations interacting and learning from each other and both getting that purpose, because the whole point of Montessori is really purpose, right? And not doing activities just to be busy. It's just very purposeful. In the words of Dr. Cameron Camp, he always says it's a human thing. And he is very, his website is also a very big tool to use if you want to learn more about the approach as well. But yes, it's intergenerational care is becoming more universal, but I would say it's more kind of in Australia and the UK right now.
Okay, I've never heard of that. That's awesome. And yeah, really interesting to combine the different age groups, but I can really see how that would benefit both.
It's similar. It's very interesting to see the similarities between younger generations and persons with dementia. I recently had a son, and I do Montessori approach with him, and it's just sometimes I feel like I'm in my adult day again. Doing the same approach to, just make sure that he can engage in his environment, right? Maria Montessori, the original, she created the Montessori approach for kids. Her quote was always the home of the child. And it's kind of the same aspect with persons with dementia. It's the home for them. So you're creating that home that they can live in and age in place.
Yeah. And age in place just means basically they're able to continue at
Yeah.
home, not have to go
Are
into.
surrounded by their loved ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I found that persons that care for a loved one with dementia, they feel that a nursing home where they might have to go in that direction because they're having issues with that ADL care, which is bathing, dressing, feeding, and just activities and leisure, that every day that we take for granted. It's very hard for them. And also having a toddler, I can even better sympathize just the constant, having to be on.
Right.
They have that 10 times worse. So,
Right.
and I just want to prolong creating that space of connection and joy because, caregivers don't want to put their loved one in a nursing home. It gets to the point where you have to, and there shouldn't be shame in that.
Right.
But just to help them age in place a little longer, that's just my goal.
Wow. Such a great niche. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your questions. So before I dive into the questions, tell me a little bit about your offer. So you're creating a course or you have a course ready?
So my course, it's a waiting list and it's not ready yet. I have everything in Kajabi and the lessons, and I have it all written out. I have to do my Loom videos still, and I want to do videos where I'm actually using the approach in my home so caregivers can get a visual.
Okay.
So I'm working on that, which is why, but I do have a lead magnet, which is called 7 Simple Solutions for 7 Challenging Behaviors in Dementia Care. So this is more of a free training workbook. It goes through in detail, and I provide bonuses and digital downloads. And I also introduce my course in there because it does really, if they find my lead magnet valuable, then they will find the course valuable. And I really wanted to make sure that I wasn't misleading people. So I tried to really make sure my lead magnet flowed into my course.
Perfect. Which is exactly what you should do. So great job on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the questions then. So your first question was, you're using Kajabi, and should you use the community group provided, or would a private Facebook group be better? So I have heard a lot of complaints about the Kajabi community feature. I have not switched to it yet because of all the complaints
Okay.
I'm seeing. I don't know if you're a part of the Kajabi Facebook group, the official Kajabi Facebook group.
No, I'm
You
a
should
part
join
of your
that.
Facebook group.
Yes,
Yes, but I will join the Kajabi Facebook group.
join it because
Yes.
it's really helpful if you ever have like Kajabi specific questions. Of course, you can always ask in our group too, but there's like people that have been on Kajabi way longer than me, and that's like all they do.
Okay.
And I don't know, I'm always seeing posts in there about like how bad the community feature is, which I'm not trying to badmouth Kajabi because I do love it, but I do think
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of kinks that they still need to work out. The other reason I do like Facebook is because most people already have it on their phone, and most people are already checking Facebook once a day, multiple times a day. And so it's just all right there together. I know some people have like an aversion to social media and some people don't have Facebook, but I would say that's not the norm. So I think especially with your first launch, I wouldn't try to incorporate something else new. Facebook group is easy to make. So
Okay. I to go off of that, I have a Facebook group and it's off of my personal account, and I don't really know if I want to keep that personal
yeah.
account. So should I just start all over and then tell all those people to kind of move over to that Facebook group?
So what I would do is, do you have a business page, a Facebook business page?
No, I just have my website.
So it's really easy to make a page in Facebook. I think it's
Okay.
Facebook or yeah, facebook.com/pages. Make a
Okay.
page for your business. You can actually connect it to your Instagram so that every time you post on Instagram, it'll also post on your page. And
Yeah.
then you can make the page the admin of that group and then take
Mm-hmm.
yourself off as admin. And then you can remove yourself from the group completely. But I would probably leave myself in, my personal account in,
Yeah.
but your page
Okay.
and then run the group. And that way, you
That's very
don't have to
helpful.
migrate to a new group.
That is very helpful. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And I was gonna say too, because your course it's almost like professional development, right? Like you are marketing to professionals. You're not really, or okay, well, actually, let me ask this. Are you marketing to professional like caretakers, or are you more marketing to like family members?
I'm marketing to family members.
Okay, so what
I'm marketing. This is supposed to be for the everyday person because everywhere that I look, it's so CEU and professional jargon that I feel like they say that caregivers can take it, but I feel like it scares them. And this is just supposed to be a very so an everyday person can understand caring for someone and not trying to make it sound so I guess using the words that I guess are so common in the professional world, but not so much in everyday talking.
Right. Like more medicalized or scientific.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like then a Facebook group would be helpful because not only are they learning from your course, but they're also going to be craving that support and like talking to other people who are, because
Mm-hmm.
having a family member with dementia, I'm sure is very, very difficult. So like they're looking for that, support too. So I was gonna say if it were more of a professional type course, then you wouldn't have to offer a Facebook group. So it would be a little less work for you. But honestly, like my Facebook groups are not like I enjoy getting to know my members and
Yeah.
the um
Okay.
all right. Next question. So you had a collaboration meeting recently and you're unsure what to expect. What are common terms and agreements for a person just starting out? So when you collaborate with someone, it depends on kind of what you're going to be doing. So, what kind of did y'all talk about as far as like the collaboration piece?
So when I talked to Jennifer Brush, she was open to collaborating and using my course potentially in her home care agency.
Yeah,
Um, so using it, I think, to teach home caregivers. Um, I'm not. I feel like that's kind of the direction she might go. Just to be able to use it in a training or potentially to give it to families as an option to learn themselves as if they're signing up for her agency. That's kind of as far. We only had one meeting, but
yeah.
that's just the idea that she was kind of talking about.
Yeah, so you definitely want to have a contract written between the two of you. Um,
Okay.
because so you would need to be really clear about is she going to be like an affiliate for you and like help you sell the course, or does she want to be able to use the course for free to give to her members and then she would pay you like a licensing fee almost, or like a set fee to be able to offer this to her clients. So to
Okay.
do that, I would lean more towards having her set up as an affiliate, which you can do if you have the second Kajabi tier. I don't think it's available on the basic, but like the next step up. Um,
Okay.
and alternatively, if you don't want to do it that way, then she can just keep track of, okay, this amount, because she's probably not going to be selling like thousands of these. This amount of people have purchased your program because of me. And then you just pay her like, I do 30% for my affiliates. So like if someone were to help me sell one of my courses for $900, then I would give them $300. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever your course is, 20 to 30% is typical for an affiliate fee, but definitely have like clear terms of use that you both sign. You don't necessarily have to go through a lawyer for that. There are online contract templates. I recommend, I talk about this in our program, but Brittany Rattel's contracts, Creative Contracts Co. I can link that in the show notes and I can make sure that you have that link too. But I'm pretty sure she has one for like an affiliate or for, like working together with someone. Just
Okay.
you want to both be really clear about expectations and that kind of thing, payments. um
Yeah.
Anything else about the collab?
I guess it's when I know she's a little different because she's kind of more established as having a business.
Yeah,
Um, but for collaborations with people in the online space, it's just I guess I don't have a lot of followers, so it's just kind of like I want you to scratch my back and I scratch yours, but I don't really know what I have to offer
right,
because I am just so new.
right. Yeah, I would say, I mean, you have such a very specific niche, so it might be hard to find people in your niche, but maybe like I'm thinking like people that talk about counseling or I don't
Well,
know.
I had some collaborations already come out. One was with organizing a home because declutter is very important in the Montessori approach. So, someone that she has people that have persons, loved ones with dementia as some of their clients. So, I was talking to her about that. And then there is another one who's in a company. She's an OT, and she actually renovates and creates a home to be aging in place and age friendly. Um,
Perfect.
it's like, it kind of goes into the whole dementia friendly communities. But I was hoping to kind of collab more with that because we're just so different, but they also run into my clients.
That's
Um,
perfect. Perfect collabs for sure. And as far
but
as
I
like,
just know what I can offer them
yeah,
yet.
yeah, it is hard in the beginning, but I feel like if you build a genuine relationship with those kinds of people, then,
Okay.
they're not looking for what can I get out of this, but, you know, your what you can bring is information for their audience. So let's say that y'all do an Instagram live together. You are bringing your expertise in this area that would benefit their audience. So maybe they're not getting like followers or any leads from you because your audience is small,
Mm-hmm.
but it's benefiting their audience in a way that they couldn't, because they're not expertise in that area. Even asking for
Okay.
podcasts. When I am looking for podcast guests, I don't necessarily look at how many followers they have, but I'm looking for their expertise that would benefit my audience. So I think because you have such a good niche that so many people need, I think that that is plenty for now.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, just be confident. Like, I know what I'm talking about. This is going to help your audience. And so when you are reaching out to new people for collabs, maybe having kind of like a set list of topics that you're an expert in. So, I would love to do a collab. I think I can benefit your audience because I am an expert in this, this, this. That would help your audience because of this, kind of like a template that you could send out. I think
Okay.
it helps a lot for people wanting to be on my podcast. And it doesn't have to be a podcast, it can be any kind of collab, but kind of setting that up so that you can send that out to more people because collabs are a great way to grow when you're small.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so your next question was how to determine the pricing for consulting and should it be more than your course? Should definitely be more than your course. Consulting, any kind of one-on-one should always be like your top tier product. I guess it would depend on, so would this be one-on-one coaching or
Yes.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's not, it's a consulting like session. So
mhm,
it's for 1 hour. They fill out a questionnaire so I know what their question is. And I don't necessarily know. It could be anything regarding dementia. Um, and I have time to review it and stuff. I basically calculated my price for how many hours I put into it. So it's roughly, my hourly rate at my 9 to 5 is that's kind of how I calculated it for what I make now. And that's how I did the consulting fee.
right.
I just was trying to be fair with it. So I just and then after I go back and I talk to them and I send them another questionnaire, and I ask them if to see how it's going and if they need next steps, and then I might make contact or I might help them out again if they're having issues, and at like no charge, just to make that connection to make sure it's like really working.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that that might cause problems if it just continues. So I'm a little worried about that.
Okay.
But I didn't want to leave them hanging.
Yes, yes, for sure. Yes, and that's great. And I feel like people are going to be able to see your heart in this and see that you're actually trying to help people and not just make a buck off of them, which is good. Those are the kind of businesses that thrive. So the first thing is pricing. I do think that that is a good strategy that you used is to use your hourly rate, and kind of like how much preparation you did and that be your consulting fee. But I would have a set fee. So like some questions are going to take more of your time, right, to research and some less. But I would just kind of find a good average of how long it's taking you, and have a set fee. I would say, at least $200, $300 for an hour. Is that kind of what you
Okay.
were thinking?
I had it for 200.
Okay, yeah. You can start at 200 and then as you get more, raise that price for sure.
Okay.
Because I'm just thinking I can't think of anyone in your niche, so I can't compare it to that. But I'm thinking I actually just signed up for consulting for someone to help me with infant sleep. So
Okay.
just but kind of similar, they're
Mm-hmm.
with someone in my home. And I believe it was 300 for like an hour. So I think that would be fine. And then as far as what you are offering, continuing to help, definitely have set terms. Like you get one hour session and then you get one follow-up within a 7-day period. After that, you would need to book
Okay.
a consulting
Okay.
hour.
And I might go into Kajabi and just fix that and make it a little bit more detailed to say that.
Definitely
In
have,
my what to expect section. Yeah.
yes. Because you're right. If you don't make that clear, people will continue to ask you, especially if you're
I mean,
helping.
I understand,
Right.
I just, I just was like, oh God, it's going to continue,
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So when I do one-on-one coaching, I typically I'll do a 1 hour Zoom call and then one either follow-up email or we can do like a follow-up some other type of communication and then that's it. And then if they continue to have questions, then it needs to be an additional thing. So,
Okay.
all right. That's exciting that you're doing some consulting. All right. So your next question is, I'm currently doing a wait list, then sending people who signed up for the, okay, so you're gonna, when the course is finished, you're going to send that to the people on the wait list. In the meantime, they will get a bi-weekly newsletter. You have a baby under one, me too. It's rough. I was afraid to pick a date for a pre-sale and then not deliver. Will having a wait list affect my sales? No, I like a wait list. I think that's a great idea because it is giving people the opportunity to take an action even though they're not paying for something, they're kind of committing to potentially paying. And I think wait lists are great. So yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was, so I also was kind of learning how should I still kind of have a target of when this course should be out? I've learned that maybe 30 to 60 days to kind of start prepping them. And then, or is it really not, I could
So
have the course out in 6 months and, it's fine. Or is it like you need to get the course out in 2 weeks once they sign your wait list?
that's a good point. So with a wait list, you definitely don't want to wait 6 months because people are going to forget they signed up for a wait list.
Yeah.
So right now I'm actually doing a wait list for a playbook that I'm launching, which I believe by the time this airs, it'll already have been launched. But I opened the wait list 2 weeks before I was going to launch. This is my first time doing a wait list, so I can't give you data on that yet. But I do feel like, I think 30 days would probably be plenty. And if you already have people in there, it's fine. Like, don't stress about it. But just in the future,
Okay.
type of wait list, um, you know, you don't want people to forget. I will say, are you going to do like a kind of a beta launch or are you going to wait until the course is finished or what is your plan with that?
So I have a little personal Facebook group. It has like 21 people in it right now. It was organically made. And I was going to drop my lead magnet in there and just see their thoughts on it. I have sent it out to a lot of people, nurses and people in the professional field. So I feel like when they look at it, it's through different eyes. So I just wanted caregivers to look at it to see if make sure that they can understand it and go through it. And then I was thinking of giving them my course or asking for maybe 4 people out of the 21 to take my course for free to just give me raw feedback on it and then launch it. I just really just want to make sure that my idea is to give it to someone. I don't really need to make a profit for a beta launch. I just want honest reviews, and we could even work together to tweak it. So that's why I was kind of thinking it would be free, so I can get it was understanding that I can ask them and keep asking them emails or follow up questions and send them an updated version to see if it makes more sense like to them.
Yeah. So, this is your business and I say this all the time
You know.
and you can do what you want. I just
Yeah.
recommend doing a beta launch for free
Okay.
because those people are not going to finish your course if they didn't put skin in the game, most likely. I mean, unless they're like your
Okay.
friend and you can text them every day and say, "Hey, did you watch the videos?" You can do a discount for sure. You can definitely do.
Okay.
You can say, I am opening the beta launch of my program because it is not quite finished yet. I'm offering it at a discounted rate. you could do 50% off or more, but you want them to pay something so that they have an incentive to actually go through the program. Because if it's free, they're most likely not going to go through the program. They didn't have to do anything to get it. So, you know,
Okay.
um, again, it's your business. You can do what you want, but I
No.
don't like free beta launches. It just, I'd have
Okay.
that experience with that. So discounted rate, I would, I know you said you're working on the videos. I would say as soon as you're, like a third, half of the way done, go ahead and start the beta launch. Um,
Okay.
and if you want to kind of give them an estimated deadline as to when the course is going to be finished, but you can caveat that and say like, I have a baby. This is not like a hard deadline. This is just like what I'm thinking. When I'm going to be done. And usually people are fine with that if you're upfront about that in the beginning. And
Okay.
then, you have people that have actually paid for it and gone through it and get, reviews that way. And then you can have your actual launch when it's done.
Okay. And then for the actual launch, it would just be my email list, just, sending them up, that I have a course, sign up, or, they can
Yeah.
look on my website and sign up that way. Okay.
Yeah, you can do that. So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can do launches. Just an email launch is probably like the chillest way. And, if you're in a season of life where that is going to work the best for you, then that is totally fine. With an email launch, you still need to have a close cart date. So don't leave it open
Okay.
indefinitely because people will not
Okay.
give them a date like in 5 days probably. So maybe open cart
Okay.
Tuesday, close cart on Sunday, send them an email Wednesday. Like, you can send them an email every day if you're not comfortable with that, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I would say, or Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Um, close the cart for sure. And um make sure that your emails, the messaging is really good. Um, if you have more time, then it might benefit you to maybe make like a short 15-ish minute video just talking about
Okay.
like, your framework, some testimonials that you have from your own experience, why they need this, why this is important. And then really hit home on the emotional side because I feel like this is a really emotional niche. And it's not that you're trying to like take advantage of them, but your heart is to truly help people who are going through a really difficult time and dealing with a really difficult life event, having a loved one.
Mm-hmm.
And so hit on that, like talk about how hard it is and how like there's not really any resources out there for caregivers. That's why you created this program. This is why they need it. This is the outcomes that they are going to get from it. Um, and like I said, this can be a 20-minute video, but send that out. You can have people sign up for that too, and that can kind of be a way to grow your email list before your launch. I know I'm giving you a lot of,
Okay.
but um,
No,
just
I'm writing it all down.
okay. And this is recorded, so you can go back and read this. Um, but this is kind of like a webinar launch model. Just like a short,
Okay.
I don't feel like you need a full-blown like 60-minute webinar for this. Especially because you already said like your audience, they don't have a lot of time as it is. Um, but just a video to see your face and to like know, like, and trust you with this sensitive topic that they're dealing with, to understand what they're going to gain from your program, why your program is different. I think that would really help out a lot.
Okay.
And this could be
I
easy to
agree.
Robbie. It could just be like the same way you set up your lead magnet, but they're signing up for this free video training. And you can even call it like, don't say like, watch this video about my program. It could be like, watch this training video about this framework that's going to help you better take care of your loved one with dementia. And you can talk about your framework in the video, but don't give them all.
Okay.
If they want all the details, they need to sign up for your program, which you're going to talk about at the end of the video.
Okay. That's a great. I'm definitely going to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, and again, if that gets too much, you can definitely do an email launch. But I feel like email launches, they're just a little harder when you're new and you don't have a big email list. So
Okay.
yeah. Anything else with the launch that you want to talk about?
No, I think you've been very helpful. All of this has been amazing. Thank you.
Good, good. Okay, so you have one last question. Do I create an Instagram or separate Facebook group right away? You definitely want an Instagram account for your business. Um,
Okay.
a lot of people go straight to Instagram. I feel like especially your audience is probably, well,
They're on Facebook. They're in
I
Facebook
was about to
groups. Oh,
say,
they're
they're probably
they're
like
all in Facebook
Boomers, Gen
support
X, right?
groups. Yeah, they're still telling us what they're doing. Every second of the day on. They use Facebook a lot.
Yes.
But there are some bigger influencers in the dementia space on Instagram that I started following.
Yeah.
I also think the boomers are getting older, and I think the Gen Xers are going to be the next caregivers. So they might be more on Instagram.
Yeah, so definitely make an Instagram and then you're going to make a Facebook page anyway for your Facebook group. And so you
Okay.
those. So what you'll do is you will make an Instagram, make a Facebook page, and then you're going to sign up for what's called a Meta business account. And if you just Google like Meta Business Suite, I believe it's
Okay.
called, you can make an account to connect both of those. So that way when you post to either, or when you post to Instagram, it'll post on your Facebook page. They're all connected. Um, and let's see, you have a website and a contact page. That's good that you have a website, but yeah, definitely having some social media presence is going to be good. And that's also going to be a way for you to grow your email list. So if you
Okay.
are collaborating with some of those bigger people, like reach out and see if they want to collaborate because you might have something to offer their audience. If you start making like Instagram reels, that's a way to grow your following. And it can
Okay.
even be like the grandchildren of these people when they're like, hey, mom, look, I saw this woman talking about dementia and grandma has dementia and maybe this would help. You never know. So,
Yeah.
a way to get in front of more eyeballs.
Okay. You gave me a lot of stuff. I
I
appreciate
know
it.
that was a lot.
No, this was great. I feel like I have a clear direction because I know I'm at the finish line. It's growing that audience now. So
Yes. And that a lot of times
that's
is the hardest
that's the
part.
hard part.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because we love the content, we love to make the content in the course, and that's fun. But then it's like, okay, who's gonna buy this?
I know.
I don't have any
Yeah.
money. Yes. So
Yeah. So, but I think the video is going to help a lot, especially with my audience to see a face and to know I'm not a scam.
yeah, yes,
So,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Getting people to trust you, especially like I said, with such a sensitive topic, is gonna be so important, getting your face out there. So
hmm
awesome, Annie. Well, this was great. I wish you the best of luck with your launch. So tell everyone where they can find you. Maybe they have a family member with dementia that you can help.
yeah. So right now, you can find me at www.montebloom.com. So that's MONTEBLOOM.com or montebloom@gmail.com.
Perfect. And we'll make sure to link both of those in the show notes if anybody wants to reach out to you. And then make sure you make that Instagram account and we can share that too. Before the show comes out, we'll put your Instagram handle below too.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Annie. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye.